Hello everyone and welcome to a week of eating with Araya. These days I really like to start off my morning with a cup of peppermint tea, so I'm grabbing my mug which I painted myself, very cute, very demure, putting in the tea bag and some hot water. This just really settles my stomach in the morning and I find it delightful. And then onto breakfast. I love golden yolk eggs and a bit of a bagel situation, so I'm putting the eggs in to boil. I like a soft yolk boiled, Putting the water in, popping the eggs in, and away we go. So I put those in for 6 minutes for that perfect golden soft boiled egg. Okay, so we're just popping some things away, putting it in the fridge, very tidy. And now I'm just going to grab my sesame bagels. I love sesame bagels, they just taste so delicious. Cutting it, very strange cutting technique, but I'm not a chef, so don't come for me. Okay, now we're putting it in the toaster, putting them down, and I don't like to get them too crispy because I like them slightly chewy. Ooh, eggies are boiling lovely there. So now they are done, and I'm just putting some cold water in the pan so I can peel them without burning my little fingers. Apologies to my nail tech who might be watching this, probably not, but yeah, these are not good for nails. Anyway, so peeling them off, very nice, yeah. They look nice and cooked to me. This is always quite fiddly, but honestly so worth it. Then we're grabbing my plate, putting my bagels on the plate, buttering it up. I like a good salted butter and I don't like to go half measures, so don't judge me on the amount of butter I have on my bagel, please. Putting that away, lovely jubbly. And now putting my 2 eggs on, ready to cut in half. Here we go, the big egg reveal. Ooh, it's looking promising. Oh, and she's done it, 10 out of 10. Delicious. Look at those golden yolks. Okay, now we've got the everything but the bagel seasoning, bit of brown sauce, bish bash bosh. Lovely, lovely brunch. As pictured here, I look like I'm enjoying myself. Look very serious, but I am actually enjoying it. It's just so delicious, I can't smile. Yum. Okay, so on to lunch. I love these little Caesar salad kits from wherever. You can get them from Waitrose or Sainsbury's. Pop it in the bowl, it's so easy, very quick, and so delicious. So yeah, putting my croutons in, my parmesan, my Caesar dressing, and mixing it all together, and literally it's done within about 2 minutes and good to eat. Perfect little snack or lunchtime meal. So delicious. Yum. Now we're on to dinner, and I was really craving a lasagna, so we're going to give a lasagna a bit of a go. So I'm peeling the onion, whole onion, chopping into diced cubes. Very nice. And then just popping the hob on with some olive oil and popping the onions in to simmer down and caramelize slightly. So just simmering down the onions, giving them a stir, and then I'm going to pop in the mince and give that a bit of a mash up until it's all broken down into nice pieces. And then what you didn't see is me putting in the lasagna sauce. It's just a tomato sauce here. I'll leave that to simmer nicely on the hob. Next thing, we're going to put this in a dish. First goes in the mince and the tomato, and then lovely lasagna sheets, and then the dolmio lasagna creamy white sauce. Making sure I'm covering all around in the dish. And then I just continue the process 2 more times until the dish is full. I'm popping some cheese on top, some cheddar and some parmesan and some pepper. So then I'm going to pop it in the preheated oven for around 30 minutes and just get it lovely and crispy. Next, I have a little side salad on the side. So just chopping up some cucumber, putting a bistro salad on the side, which has a really nice variety of leaves in, beetroot, and then some tomatoes on top. Homegrown from my mum's garden. Oh, it's ready and it's coming out of the oven and it looks delicious. So I'm cutting it up and portioning it out for me and my boyfriend Jack. And there we are, finished result. Good morning, it's a Tuesday morning and I'm making a coffee first thing with my lovely Sage Barista Express, best investment ever. Just putting my coffee in to brew and then with some oat milk, frothing it up, making a kind of latte slash flat white situation. Delicious. And then I had some of this leftover bread from a couple days prior, so I'm just going to slice it up and then toast it with butter. I'm actually training for a half marathon, so my meals are quite carb dense at the moment just to keep my energy levels up. So yeah, taking it out of the toaster and the butter on there. It's like a lovely cheese and jalapeno bread. I love the sourdough breads that you get like this with different flavours. I think they're so delicious. And now onto lunch. We had some leftover lasagna, of course, so I'm just going to heat that up in the microwave. There was quite a lot there actually, but yeah, I thought I could see how much I could get through. Man v Food, lunchtime edition. So yeah, doing the same salad as the previous night, just putting some bistro salad in, some tomatoes, and a little bit of balsamic glaze. So I love this Waitrose balsamic glaze or any balsamic glaze, just so delicious. Just pulling the lasagna out of the microwave. It always just tastes so much better that next day when it's all sat and marinated. Oh, that looks good. That is a nice big hearty bowl of lasagna. Now on to dinner. I'm just having a little trip break. So we're actually having crispy duck for dinner, like hoisin duck with cucumber, spring onions and hoisin sauce. It's so yummy. Jack's helping here and we're just putting the duck onto the tin foil to go into the oven, and that usually goes in for about 40 minutes I believe. And then with about 15 minutes left on the timer, we're going to put the spring rolls in. Please don't judge the state of my oven, lol. To accompany the duck, we're going to do some finely sliced cucumber and spring onion. Slicing up the spring onion and the cucumber is not a job for the faint-hearted. It is a very, very fiddly job. So the duck is now ready and we're going to pull it out the oven and then we're going to shred it with just 2 forks and put it on a serving plate. If you had smell-o-vision right now, your mouth would be watering. So now I'm just getting the hoisin sauce and decanting it into a little bowl. And then we just add some of our own because there's never quite enough in the pack. So the pancakes will go in the microwave for maybe 15-20 seconds, not very long at all. Spring onions are ready, very hot, ouch. And we're just adding some sweet chilli sauce to a bowl for dipping. And there we are. We are halfway through the week, it's a Wednesday and I'm making another coffee. Same again, so 1 brown sugar, brewing the coffee and popping some oat milk into a jug, ready to steam. Careful not to burn the milk because it can make the coffee taste slightly bitter. And now we're on to breakfast and never guess what? It's eggs again! And bagels, so we're going to do scrambled eggs this morning on bagels, just to change it up a bit. I do just love an egg in the morning, I think it's so good for you. Bit of salt, bit of pepper, and just cutting up the bagel in half to put into the toaster. Again, I really like toasting, I prefer because it's just nice and chewy. Putting eggs on a low heat. Bagels are ready to be buttered, putting the egg on. Oh, it's so good. And then I do these days love a bit of ketchup with my eggs scrambled, and that's it. Then for lunch I was doing a bit of a throwback meal, I've not had this in years, a cream of tomato Heinz soup. It was quite a cold, crispy day today, so I really felt like getting in the autumnal mood and having a nice soup. So just covering that, popping it in the microwave for a few minutes. And honestly, this was just what the doctor ordered. It was so warming, so delicious, and I just had it whilst I was finishing up work. I then had a cheeky baby bell, and then we went out for some post-work drinks. For dinner, I was doing prosciutto wrapped chicken with green pesto and soft cream cheese in the middle. So just adding the soft cream cheese, adding the pesto and mixing it in. I made far too much. There was, quite a bit of waste here, which is so annoying, but never mind. I'll know for next time. Putting some tin foil on the baking tray and turning up the edges so the juices don't get everywhere. And another trip break. I just make incisions in the side of the chicken so I can pop that cream cheese filling inside. And then I just pop a little bit in and also on the top because I made far too much. So I just spread it all over and then add my prosciutto. So wrap it round like little parcels and then pop them on the baking tray ready to be cooked. The oven wasn't quite ready, so I started peeling the carrots, and then after about 5 minutes it was, so I popped my chicken into the oven for about 25 minutes. And then continued to chop up my carrots and my potatoes. I'm just going to do a parboil on those because you'll see what I'm doing with them later, making them a bit more fancy than the average potato, and then just a little bit of broccoli as well to go with the carrot. Popping those on to boil for about 5 to 10 minutes. And then in a bowl I'm going to add some olive oil, some rosemary, quite a handful of rosemary. We do love rosemary. And then just taking my potatoes off the boil, parboiled, and then adding them to the bowl with a bit of pepper and a little bit of garlic salt. Mixing that all in, ready to go into the air fryer for a further 10 to 15 minutes, I think it was in the end. Next goes in the broccoli and the carrots, ready to boil. I like a trio of veg or like a double veg scenario. I don't like one vegetable. Here's me having a sip of my trip. Delicious. And then the potatoes were ready, the veg was ready, and the chicken was ready at the same time, which never happens. Oh my goodness. Pulling it out, it's a little bit watery for my liking, but I just took it off that. And then straining my vegetables, plating up the chicken, and a little bit of juice and the vegetables as well, followed by the lovely rosemary roasted potatoes / slightly cheated potatoes done in the air fryer. And that is dinner served on Wednesday. It is Thursday morning and I'm having a bagel with some butter, just a very simple little breakfast, nothing special, putting them onto toast and then buttering them up. Really quick and easy brekkie this morning. And then I had another bagel for lunch, but with eggs this time. So yeah, I was using up the remaining of my bagels before they went out to date. So cutting it up, popping it in the toaster. The Longstock Gold eggs, as I've mentioned before. Pop those in the pan. Oop, drop the shell. And another one. There they are in all their glory. Adding a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and some milk, just giving them a whisk to start scrambling. And keep whisking until they're slightly scrambled. Now the bagels are ready, we're buttering them and popping the cooked eggs on top with a little bit of tomato ketchup. And here I am enjoying it. Very delicious. And then finally for dinner, we were feeling very lazy, very tired. We had a delicious Chinese takeaway. I hope you enjoyed seeing what I eat in a week. As you can see, I like eggs and I like bagels. But yeah, let me know if you want to see more. Thanks guys. Love ya. Bye.